Hey everyone, it's Jamie. Today I'll be talking about my experiences quitting social media over the past month and a bit. I'll be talking about why I quitted social media, the process of quitting social media, the benefits of quitting social media, and also some of the negatives of quitting social media. Then I'll be giving you a couple of tips to quit social media yourself. I decided to quit social media as I found that the negatives outweighed the positives. Although social media is certainly a great tool for communicating with people and staying connected, it had negative impacts, especially on your confidence. It wasted your time and also impacts your focus. Studies have shown that increased amounts of time on social media is linked to increased levels of depression and other disorders. Although I wasn't affected to this extent, it certainly did negatively impact my self-esteem. Whenever I was on social media, I would see the highly curated highlight reels of people being happy, and I would compare myself to that, and it made me feel worse about myself. This is similar for my photography too. As someone who's into photography, who uses Instagram to post photos and also to interact with other people in their photographic community, I found that Instagram negatively impacted my confidence and my thoughts about my own photography too. Whenever I was on Instagram, I would be comparing my photography to other people's photography, and that made me feel worse about my own photos, and I'd also be comparing metrics like likes, comments, and followers. I felt jealous, and it made me feel demotivated to continue to improve my photos and work on them. I also found my self-worth to be dictated by Instagram, as I'd feel happy if I got lots of likes, but if I didn't get many likes, I would feel sad and I would feel demotivated. And I would wonder what's so bad about this photo. Also, social media takes up a lot of your time. A couple of minutes here and there really start to add up, and the average person in the US spends 142 minutes on social media every day. Imagine what you could do with that extra time. You could learn a new skill, you could work out more, you could work more, you could read more books. So although I wasn't spending that much time, social media definitely did take quite a bit of my time every week. I'd spend about half an hour to an hour a day browsing social media, and that used up a lot of my time where I could have better used it. Social media negatively impacts your focus. Social media is a very addictive tool, and it is designed to be that way. Social media is designed to be as addictive as possible so that companies like Facebook can make more money by showing more ads to you. And I was pretty addicted to social media. I used it as a pacifier whenever I was feeling bored or unstimulated with the task at hand. I'd habitually browse it when I was feeling bored, when I was eating food. I'd browse it whenever I had a free moment, even when I was just walking around or in the car. So I couldn't stay present and focus at the task at hand and focus on things that were important to me. Social media also negatively impacted the way I study. Whenever I was feeling bored or just wanted to be distracted, I would browse Instagram, and that would also impact my focus when I was working. It fragmented my attention, so I'd be working less efficiently and I'd have to spend more time to get the same amount of work done. Now let's talk about the process of quitting social media. This certainly was a difficult process at the start. However, it got easier over time, and I've pretty much forgotten that it's even existed. Disclaimer, I did relapse about once or twice a week during the process of quitting social media so that I could still access my DMs and DM people who wanted to contact me through Instagram and had no other method to contact me with. Apart from that, I was not allowed to look at any stories or browse Instagram. First step of quitting social media for me was to completely remove it from my life. I did this by deleting the app and also removing my account from Instagram on my phone, so it would have more friction if I relapsed. I also blocked it on my computer using the cold turkey blocker, which I highly recommend. The first couple of days were pretty difficult and it required a bit of willpower. I didn't realize how addicted I was to social media until I removed it, and it was quite difficult. I was so addicted to Instagram that whenever I was feeling a little bit bored, without realizing it, I'd get my phone out of my pocket and click to where Instagram was on the home screen, hoping to access Instagram. However, after a couple of days, I felt a lot better and I was not addicted to Instagram anymore. And it's so great being more deliberate and intentional with your time, and I feel a lot more present and greater clarity from quitting social media. Now I'll be talking about the benefits of quitting social media. The biggest impact on quitting social media was definitely on my self-confidence. Instead of having to compare myself with other people's highly curated content, I could be more content with myself, and that was a really liberating feeling. That was also similar for my photography. Instead of comparing my photos to other people, I could focus on improving my photos, and I felt a lot more confident with my own work. It's also great not having having my self-worth defined by the arbitrary numbers on social media, like likes, comments, and shares. Instead, I can be more happy with myself. Another benefit that I found in quitting social media was definitely the time I had. I had a bit more time every day to focus on what actually matters to me, be it working on this YouTube channel, studying, reading, or just chilling out. A big benefit that I found from quitting social media was definitely my ability to focus on what mattered to me, instead of focusing on the mind-numbing content of Instagram. I felt more clarity and more in control of myself, so I could focus better when I was studying and also focus better on my life. And it's great not having to be distracted by social media every couple of minutes or so. However, quitting social media did have a couple of downsides. The biggest downside to me was definitely the relationships and the communication side of things. Prior to quitting social media, Instagram was my primary method of communication with my friends. However, once I quitted social media, I had to switch to using text and Microsoft Teams, which were less convenient for my friends to use. It would take a lot longer to get replies from them, and our conversations weren't as good. Another negative of quitting social media is certainly not being able to post. I can't post my photos and post content to my stories to promote it and build an audience, which is quite a bit of a downside. Now I'll give you a couple of tips to quit social media. After watching this video, you might be motivated to delete Instagram and other social media platforms. However, maybe a couple of hours later you might download it again, and that's happened to me multiple times, and I've learned a couple of lessons to help you along the way. As people who are impacted by our environment, we should optimize our environment so that we can quit social media. So this is by properly deleting the apps, not having them on your home screen, and logging out of them properly to add friction to accessing social media even when you do slip up. So it takes more of a conscious effort to download it again and to relapse. Another tip that I have is to make it less attractive. A big attractive part of social media is definitely the communication with your friends and loved ones. And to make it less attractive, you could switch your communication method with your friends and loved ones to another platform like text messages or Line or WeChat. So this would make social media less attractive and you wouldn't feel compelled to download it again. In conclusion, quitting social media is a difficult process. However, it gets easier over time and it has countless benefits, especially on your confidence, time, and focus, and I highly recommend it. However, I don't think you have to necessarily delete it and completely not use it, as it has some benefits, and going on, I'll use it more deliberately while only using it once or twice a week to post my photos and quickly DM people who might not be able to access me on other platforms. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please comment, like, and subscribe, because I put a lot of effort into these videos. Tell me down below any videos you'd like to see in the future. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!